America hasn't always done so. If there were a bunch of Cooper flags running around, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Dirk is from Germany. I'm talking about white American born. That's a rarity in terms of superstar status in the US for the sport of basketball. And then Katie had a comment as well that we'll get to next. He said it would rather not rely on the brothers when speaking of the NBA. And even though you market NBA players who are brothers, it's because you have no choice. Maurice, what do you think of this take from Stephen A. Smith? Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I was surprised to hear him when he said it, but I would believe him. I think it's true. And I think it comes down to people are asking, who's the end consumer of most of these games and who are you trying to sell your products to? And they try to find people that can relate to those end users or the people who are spending sponsorship dollars. And so I think that's why they open it up to make it an international game and to create space for more white players. But black players seem to dominate. And but these are the conversations. Like I know I heard y'all yesterday when they said they come to the show because we tell the truth. These are some of the conversations that I think that are uncomfortable for people to have. But they need to be had because like it almost opens up a box or forces you to have a conversation that people think about, but you don't necessarily say because you end up thinking that you have something to lose or you'll jeopardize your brand. But Stephen A., he's Pause. He's big enough and solidified enough within the media space to at least have the conversation along with KD.
I think this is pretty interesting, Mo. When you talk about what this topic is really spearheading and what's at the root of this conversation, I think after hundreds of millions, we still, not we, but it's amazing how after hundreds of millions, people still feel slighted. Like, how much is enough before you feel like you're equal, right? This is just something I'm hearing, like in the undertone. You got people making 200 million, 100 million, right? Before it used to be you don't get an opportunity. Now you get an opportunity. You still don't feel like you belong. I think what you're really missing, a white guy can't give you. I'm just going to be honest with you. Pause. I talked about this before. The real ingredient that's missing from people is God, and people that got that you don't hear them arguing that. Like, and this is real interesting that we say this, but when you're constantly distracted and constantly, divided in your thoughts, I could see how people would think that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like even yesterday I said something about, commentators and things of that sort, using their platform to really, own in and take advantage of different people. And I know there's people trying to make a big deal out of something between me and Charlamagne. I have no problems with Charlamagne. I think when it comes to like podcasting or just expressing my views, I'm just trying to give great narrative and great objective views to everything that's going on. And I just thought that was something to add the other day. But me and Charlamagne doesn't have any issues. Shout out to Charlamagne. Shout out to Envy. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. Let's keep this show going. Let's keep it clean.
So what was your actual take on this, Mase?
That after all this money, I don't see how that's still a conversation.
For who?
For black guys, black athletes.
Yeah. Niggas got a 400-year head start, murder. Yo, bro, come on, my nigga. Like, that's why I just want to be clear on what you're saying. Like, yo, you trying to say, yo, we gave you niggas hundreds of millions of dollars. What else do you want?
It's not like I'm white. I'm just saying that at some point.
I know, as a black man, you saying that.
You don't let me hold a pass over your head. You like, yo, come on, murder. We done made 8 figures now.
What you talking? No.
Yeah, you was like niggas have made 8 figures a few times.
No, I'm saying that.
Come on, how long you gonna use the pass over us?
No, because what I'm saying is this: when the deals that you actually negotiated for us, when you talk to other people, they're just amazing. They're like, yo, we never heard of it. Like, yo, it doesn't happen. Yo, that's what they say. Like, the feedback is, this is once in a lifetime. This is the deals that y'all negotiate. So what I'm saying is, I'm sitting there saying we're in a marketplace, and not necessarily this show, talking about other business that me and Mase does. Mase is a great negotiator. So sometimes I do be like, Murder, we gonna miss out because I get pushing the envelope, but sometimes they gonna push it. You know how you slide something under the door and niggas slide it right back? that's sometimes what I'm scared of. When he slide the note under the door and niggas read it and slide it right back. That's what I'm saying. But as far as you saying, yo, niggas done got hundreds of millions, man.
200, 300.
500, a billion. You had a 400-year head start on us. Not only that, killing us along the way, then segregation along the way, then got the civil rights movement, the Jim Crow, it goes on. Not only that, and no disrespect.
I'm not laughing about it. It's just it's funny hearing you talk about
not
this.
only, because I know I don't really get it's the facts. Look, I know what I'm doing when I'm doing what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing now. You want to sit down and get disciplined. Yo, not only that, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Not only that, right? And I'm very, very happy for all my Native Americans. But they get paid. Some of them. I ain't gonna say all of them. You know, they got land. They get paid for some of the casinos, not just in Nevada and Florida. Seminoles. Fuck. Sorry, Mo. I picked my earphone in after this take, Mo. But yeah, they're trying to get some of it back. And as they should. We ain't getting nothing. You know, it was a big thing, Murder, when niggas was like, yo, Ken Wildin in Black History Month talking about white girls giving head as reparations. And I was like,
yeah, that was wild.
But take what you can get. What do you get? yo, my nigga. Yo, my nigga. What else are you act like they about to be former Packers and be like, yo, you know what? We figured it out, y'all. We did bring y'all niggas over here. We did ask y'all to help build the country. We did kill y'all niggas along the way. Then we say, you know what? We gave y'all freedom. Y'all not happy with that? Now y'all want to use our bathrooms and come in our restaurants and eat where we eat. Okay, cool. Fine. We'll let you use our bathrooms. Let you motherfuckers eat where we eat. But now you want to go to school with us? Now y'all niggas want to go to learn what we learn? Nah, Murder, I'm not gonna disagree with you on niggas got 300 million. Just shut up. Now, I'm happy with 300 million. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, that should call it even, right? We should call it even with that. I'm not gonna jack that. But back to the original conversation. Look, I've been saying this for years, yo. This ain't not, to me, this is not new. They're just throwing the European players or overseas players in it that are not, or white players that are not from America. It is no secret that we have not had a bona fide superstar from America since Larry Bird. I've been saying this year after year after year after year. And I like Cooper Flag, but he ain't no damn Larry Bird, not yet. And I don't know if he will be. Like, people forget because we seen the likes of LeBron James, we seen the likes of Kevin Durant, that we forget Larry Bird's is a three, small forward. And outside of Kevin Durant and LeBron James, you had several black small forwards from Dr. J on down.
Yeah.
Larry Bird was some other nigga. And I know they marketed him against Magic Johnson to help save the NBA. Then Michael Jordan came along and, you know, the Bad Boys, the Pistons, they're doing a lot of great marketing. But he was not overhyped a little bit. He was not overhyped, bro.
Yeah.
You know, some niggas, they try to force it on you. Pause. No, this was not being forced on black people or the NBA or people watching the NBA. This nigga was the one.
Yeah.
It's sad that he got hurt earlier than he should have got hurt, but no, they did not force him on America or people watching the NBA. They try to do it now, right? And not just with white players, with black players too. Is this the face of the league? Is he gonna be the face of the league? This person's gonna be the face of the league. Yada, 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 yada. And it's like, yo, the fans will tell you who's the face of the league whenever they figure it out. When you give us somebody that make niggas say, nah, he's the one, then he'll be the one. And I think championships sometimes are involved in that. And the people that we're talking about possibly being the face of the league may not have a championship yet. Or you may have somebody like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander who does have a championship, and they be like, damn, but he's not American. But not only that, he's not white.
Mm-hmm.
Then not only that, his name may be hard to pronounce. I've seen some shit before, and I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying I've seen people saying how Giannis doesn't get a lot of sponsors all the time. You know, I'm pretty sure he has great sponsorship because of the pronunciation of his name. And they were doing a whole 30-minute special about that, or just different people with hard names to pronounce in America. But as far as this topic is concerned, I agree with KD and I agree with Stephen A. Smith. This is not nothing new when it comes to trying to find a white American. Now, we're not sitting here talking about Luka. We're not talking about the Joker. We're not talking about Dirk Nowitzki. We're not talking about Marshall Lonis. We're not talking about Detlef Schrempf. We're not talking about the list of all these other players that were white from overseas that came and bust ass over here. Drazen Petrovic. You know, I could name a dozen, if not more. But back to what KD said, if you could, you could. You don't have a choice on exactly. You don't have a choice. Pardon me. If you did have a choice, it wouldn't be people of color. You'd market the white person because, let me tell you something, them $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 seats around the courtside, if it ain't family and friends, most of the time it's not there's white people buying them seats. Unless you're an E40 or shout out to my nigga Spike Lee. Unless you're those type of fans, when you see the black niggas around there.
Or Bootsy.
Right. And what's the name?
And 2 Chainz. Yeah,
but you know, just to let you know, Grant Hill told me to let you know when you want to go, you could go. You know, he part owner of the team.
Okay.
So I'm not, shout out to Bootsy, 2 Chainz, everybody go to Atlanta, but when you want to go, let me know. I didn't know if you was interested. Shout out to my nigga Grant Hill. You go, Murder, when you want to go, you let me know. So you could be a part of that.
That's a great take. And then I do want to like clear up comps and stuff like that because you guys all had pretty much different takes. There were some similarities, but I think you guys don't agree on that. Mase, did you want to kind of reiterate some things before I go to Katie's comment?
I agree. I agree to some degree. I'm just saying because this opportunity means that much, I'm more so thinking about what people do with the opportunity, right? If the opportunity mean that much, then do better by the opportunity. Is what I'm pretty much echoing.
So, I'm trying to think. Because to me, it sounds like this money's being paid to you be grateful, or is that not what you're saying?
No, I'm saying the money, I'm saying how much do a person owe you, right? If these people down here are living from the aspect, and I don't want to say these people like I'm not attached to these people, but I'm trying to make a separation. If you got a class of people making 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, they're not in a class with people that are drinking canned milk, right? So that's a total different class of people. You're living the same lifestyle as the people you're arguing with. You're not living a regular life. You're getting on private jets. You're eating the best of the food, right? You got the best trainers. You got the best doctors. Your kids go to the best schools. You live in the best neighborhood. So what you're trying to really echo and stand for, unless your lifestyle is different, you kind of don't get to qualify to speak for that issue because that's not your issue.
So last question before I move on to the second part of this. So do you think that the path it takes to get to that same level, does it not matter?
Yes, it matters.
It matters?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go on to KD's comments because that's kind of what stirred the whole thing. So he said, I just don't like the talk around the USA versus European style of how you approach the game. All I hear is AAU's destroying the game. The Euros do it right while the Americans do it wrong. It's a lot of bullshit with that. I can read between the lines on that. It's a shot at Black Americans. We're controlling the sport and they're tired of us controlling the sport. So back to some comments that Stephen A said, Maurice, he basically said, the NBA is marketing Black players because it has no choice. So do you agree with that? Or do you think that Black athletes have consistently been the league's best talent?
Yeah, I guess it says yes to both of them. Blacks have been consistently the best talent. The people who you come and watch the style they play, you come and watch how they dress, what they drive up to the games, our culture, everything about us. It makes us cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like we have a cool culture. The guys who play in the NBA are cool guys. But also, I think KD is right or Stephen is right. Like, you have no choice. But then he's also right in saying that in order to gain control back, they're trying to say, hey, let's go get assets that we can control. You know, white guys are a little bit more, I don't want to say, I don't have another word, but submissive, but it's easier to control them if you had control of that. And that's exactly what they're saying when they say we can't control AAU basketball. That's just like AAU basketball has been permeated and dominated by young Black coaches, Black agents, and just there's so many Black people in the system that the people who actually control the business and the assets of it all, they have no control over that. So they're probably going to Adam Silver and saying, yo, let's push the game to this international game and say this is best and market that this is best. And if somebody's saying that this is the cool thing and this is the best thing going, then people start to perceive it that way. But KD saying, hey, just because you all have been, just because you've sort of, written our back, pause for the past 15, 20 years, and you see LeBron and KD and Steph leaving out the league and Ant-Man is coming up and you're trying to get away from the Jaws of this world, don't act like we didn't get you all here. So I kind of see that everybody's right, but I also roll with the thought that the man with the gold make the rules. And if you don't own a team, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to live in an environment with the person who makes the rules, which is the owners.
When this is actually for you and Cam, when y'all go to an event or like a function or something and somebody starts playing your song, do you like what is your do you like that, or do you kind of just walk through, when people are like, oh, this person's arrived and they start playing your music on the loudspeaker?
I mean, sometimes it's cool. I hate it when I go in stores and people do that. Right? They'll be playing Post Malone and then you walk in and they throw your music on. It's so obvious they put it on just because you were there, because that wasn't even the vibe of the store, right? When you go from Pooh Shiesty to Mase, it's like, that's a weird transition. You gotta play a few records before you get there. Shout out to Pooh Shiesty.
Right. The Jamie Foxx party that you went to, was Puff there?
Nah.
It was secluded. It was secluded and safe.
Okay, we back at it. Okay.
No, you said it was secluded and safe. I just was like, you performed.
It was on the WB or one of those movie studio lots, and they remade Club Live, and Puff wasn't there, but it was like Denzel, Leonardo DiCaprio, Luda. It was a real cool party. It was like all of the people you think are cool, not all the people you think are creeps.
Yeah.
You gotta be clear these days. So thank you for having my back.
Yeah, I wanted you to explain.
Yeah. So nobody be like, oh yeah, Mase was at the party.
Yeah.
Not the party.
I did that for you.
Yeah, you're right.
To answer your question, Mase is correct. Like, when it's obvious, it's annoying. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I hate it so much. Like, when you're young, when it first happened, cool, but I just hate when it's mad obvious. Like, when you get in the car and the driver notices you and they be like, and then they throw it on, like, yo, your whole playlist, like, yo, my nigga, it's just me and you in here, pause. I don't need to hear my whole playlist right now. Or like May said, when you go in a restaurant, they change the shit. I really hate it. I really do. If they're already playing it, then cool.
That's smooth. But like putting it on demand as soon as I walk in the building, like you're supposed to start performing. Like you're like, well, literally, I'm just walking and trying to enjoy myself. But cool.
Right.
That's a funny answer for y'all because I never asked y'all that, but I always thought about how that would transpire.
Mase is right. When they do it purposely, it's a
It's a lot.
When you first hear your record, you go crazy. When it's your first time hearing it, I remember I was in the college dorms when I first heard myself on the radio. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm out of here.
That's how I be. Yo, first time I heard my song on the radio ever, first time I heard my song on the radio, I didn't have a baby. I was with my baby mom, and we was in her car. She went to school in Delaware. And I wasn't even in New York. We was in Delaware. But you know they get Philly radio station. And the song I did with DMX came on the radio, Pull It. And she's like, yo, that's you. And I'm like, I'm being the smooth as possible. She's like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, I'm in the studio. I've been trying to tell you shit about to go up. Or she got out, I was like, yeah. I was dumb hype. Yo, I was dumb hype. I was dumb hype.